We returned once again to Project Vigil.
Type, Jesus Christ.
And it seems to be a little unhealthy there. What the fuck's going on? Yeah, fuck it. Let's jump straight the fuck back in. I'm dropping a lot of F-bombs today. A little bit of...
Welcome to my fucking life.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can say it before it just goes... Blah, 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 blah. But welcome back. You've saved the day, pretty much. As far as we can remember, you defeated an unknown assailant with a group of robed weirdos. Now you could best describe them. There we go. Move things from the initiative order, and the golden barrier is no more.
Yay.
As all the assailants have seemed to have to use a commonly described term, Thanos'd away. They got they shall remove them from the board. Up here. Out of sight, out of mind. And there's one here. Down here. I suppose you're all covering. So
yeah, I think so.
Now, what do you do?
1 sec.
Bear in mind, we do not have a. Hold on. We do not have Ikky today.
That's why I'm thinking.
Yeah. I see, like, I assume he would be going to try and slip back into the crowd and be with his family.
Well, I'll take the attention away from him a bit, and I'm going to first of all check on the cops and see what their condition is.
Okay, could you roll some kind of medicine roll? Do you have any kind of first aid? Paramedics, etc.?
Bring up my sheets. Well, paramedics isn't every man, but I do also have biology as well.
I'll just say make a roll with that.
If this is a paramedics,
yeah,
I'll just roll the everyman for that. So.
I guess I'll do the same for the guy over here.
Also, I'm going to quickly rejoin as a player. 1 sec. So
I should sort that out. I'll sort that out after the.
No, don't worry about it. It's easy enough for me to do.
Yeah, I'll sort that out later.
Because you'll only have to give me GM later on, probably. So.
Well, I'll do it when it comes up. To be honest, it's like no big deal. It's just one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, should have done that earlier. But I forget things. Probably not important things. Let's see. You rolled 10. Up and Tristan rolled a 14. So let's see.
Yeah, I don't succeed because I've only got every man.
It's a pretty easy check, actually. You can determine they're alive and they're out cold.
Good shit. Okay, so these guys aren't complete psychopaths then. That's refreshing to know.
Hmm.
Now I'm wondering what to do about what I overheard with Manticore, especially since Ikky isn't here.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose you'd probably want to like figure out what exactly is going on later.
Yeah, I'll just wait until we're all together somewhere else after the situation's over, as it were.
Yes. You would need to. You probably need some time to sort of think things through and maybe figure out a way to approach things. Again, you're not entirely sure of the full implications.
Well, I don't know jack shit about magic, so I have no idea what just for the most part. Other
Well,
than
Dan, you're
cowboy with
eavesdropping.
weird powers.
Hmm.
Powers, not powers. What the fuck, brain?
Fortunately, my character might not know much about magic. They can definitely approach magic from a scientific angle and try and work out some of what's been going on.
Well, that is true. You haven't had much of a chance to do that so far.
Hmm.
And I'm sure you've got many burning questions.
Unlike the kids at Hogwarts, you know how to do maths.
Yeah, they don't teach maths at Hogwarts as far as I remember.
Teach anything that's, normal. They just teach magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
so-
the kids know how to read and write.
Well, I mean, they would have had primary school education.
Would they? They seem completely ignorant of the Muggle world, unless they're like Muggle-borns.
Well, yeah, that's
I
because
thought
wizards
maybe
are
they'd go
optists.
4 years. What? Maybe they spend 4 years in a normal school, but then why do they act like everything's so alien to them if it's
Because wizards are dumb.
Muggle related?
Okay, wizards are dumb. They don't think things through. Apparently. Think some things through, but not a lot of things. Either way, what were we talking about?
Hmm.
Well, before I said I don't know what to do with the Manticore situation, I don't even remember what happened other than Harp checking in on the knocked out security.
Yeah,
is
I'm
true.
eventually going to cycle my way around and then start trying to disperse the crowds and control the situation without there being a stampede or something. But
Okay.
I'm, you guys can do stuff as well.
Well, you were aware that they were trying to do something with some of the art pieces.
Yeah, they're trying to take
Okay.
something from here.
Well, it was more. They were more looking for something.
Yeah, call me a raging pessimist, but Helena's already assumed they've got it. She's more concerned about the people right now. She'll investigate that in a minute.
Okay, you you do your best to sort of wake up some of the security.
Also, I can't move my token now because I'm no longer a GM. Could you give me rights
yeah,
to my token?
I will.
I say anything about this current situation because I wasn't there to hear his whole spiel about it.
That is true. You okay? I'll get the guys.
Poke the Thanos people with my foot.
They kind of dissolved into dust. Well, ashes and
Dust
then
is
kind of
what I
faded
meant.
away. There's nothing really to poke of them.
It's completely faded.
Yeah. It's like dust in the wind, dude. Yeah, the crowd starts to disperse, and you do start to wake up some of the security guards, and you let them know what's going on. The police are on their way apparently, but there's still a lot of confusion. They're like, what happened? There's a lot of scared people, and just trying to like get a moment to yourself is a bit difficult. I'll just give you these. Hmm. The place itself seems pretty torn up. So what do you want to do from here?
Right. Well, once I've secured the situation with these innocents who are present, and got everything under control, my first port of call is then going to be to head over towards the guy who was being questioned about the exhibits.
Yeah.
Try and find out from him what exactly they were after, and if he has any idea what it was.
Okay. Yeah. The like curator slash auctioneer. He seems rather shook up by this, and he's like, "Are they gone?"
It would seem so. I don't think they're coming back. They better not come back if they know what's good for them.
He looks over the exhibits. Well, they didn't take anything, but they said they were looking for something, right?
I know. I was hoping you'd have some idea what it was. Do you recognize the name at all?
I'm sorry, but I don't.
Do you know of any other particularly valuable exhibits that may be displayed here or in nearby museums or art galleries that might have some importance? It could be that they've got a different name for something we already know about.
Well, they said something about a scroll, right?
I think so.
I guess they would like trying to look in the paintings or something like that. He motions towards the different pieces that were being auctioned off for charity, and there's three of them. There's a large sculpture of a raven with a mouse in its beak, a watercolor of a beach with dark figures walking across it, and a pretty abstract one featuring interlocking spheres. Best way you could describe it. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, I'm going to have a look over all of these, and I'm going to use my tablet to see if I can identify anything about them that's, abnormal.
I'm gonna, if I remember correctly, you can use infrared light to look for the different layers of paint.
That's part of what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that with my eyes.
I was going to try and carbon date some of it as well to try and work out if there's anything really unusual about it.
Yeah. Okay, I suppose make a forensics roll.
I will do that. Just give me one moment.
Forensic it up.
Right, so forensics on my tablet is 12 under. So.
12 under.
Hey!
That is a toasty roll of 11. Not bad. You're kind of going over the different pieces, and you're trying to go through and see if there's any kind of hidden things inside of the two paintings, but you can't seem to locate anything.
So there's nothing abnormal about the paintings from what I can see. What about the statue?
What about it exactly?
Is there anything that my tablet picks up that's odd about it? Like carbon dating and stuff like that,
So it's a mineral, so carbon dating would be
it's a good point, actually.
ineffective.
Pointless. Yeah. Okay, well, what I will do is I will recommend to the people who own this place that they should see about having these items turned over to a secure location. Just because who knows, they might come back for them at some point. It's not safe here for them to be in a public place. And then beyond that, I think we need to do some digging up on possible other appearances of these guys, because I highly doubt this is their very first foray into our world, because they seem to know an awful lot about what's going on here. So I'm suspecting they may have had interactions on this world before, elsewhere.
Yeah, that would make sense. He's like, well, the auctioneer would be like, well, say back. I don't know if these pieces could be safe. I mean, if they're gonna try again, then we're gonna I don't even a bank vault could stop them.
Well, it would certainly slow them down.
I guess, but who's gonna lock away some of this art? It's obviously people want to have it displayed, and anyone who buys it is just gonna get attacked.
Yeah, well, the police will be here soon, and they'll certainly have ideas about what to do with this once we've given them a thorough account of what has happened here, and we have all of these witnesses to corroborate. Considering we recently had aliens landing here, I don't think this is the strangest thing that could possibly happen.
Wait, aliens?
Yeah, things have been getting quite mad.
Would have thought that one had been in the news.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Just give it some time. In any case, I'm going to now focus my attentions on what would be the best thing to do next, really. How to say?
I'll give you a second to think while one of the partygoers approaches Manticore and he's like, "So are you okay? You seem to be shot."
I just kind of look down at my jacket, just kind of bundle it up a bit more and just say, yeah, I'll be...
Jesus Christ, man. You need a doctor.
No, give me a week and these will just be scars.
Well, the authorities are going to be here soon. I think you should just sit down.
I just repeat that I'm fine standing.
Just no bullshit. It's just like, I've just been shot a couple of times. Happens every other day.
Kid, when you've been in the wars, you get used to this.
I must have been shot 200 times. It's a problem. I should stop getting shot.
But I just like it too much.
Like, it's either you're doing something right or you're doing something really wrong. Yeah, during the whole mess, you when it seems she actually gets a chance, Olga does actually sort of push through and actually, to talk to you about what the heck had just happened. She was mostly just helping out some guy with a walking stick get up.
Yeah. The moment Schalke does sort of come over, I'm going to sort of look to her and just say, like, you have more familiarity with this kind of stuff than any of us combined. Do you have any idea what that was?
It's like, I don't know, some kind of weirdo cult.
Okay, well that's something to go by. Do you know anything about who they might be following? Why they might be doing this kind of thing?
I mean, not exactly a magic encyclopedia.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But I could find some stuff out. What were they looking for?
So that would be grand. I can only work with what I have. I'm a woman of science.
Well, I'm pretty sciencey too. I mean, apart from the homework.
Yeah, you've learned everything you know from me. Anyway. Right. Well, for now, the police will be here any moment, and they'll be able to contain the situation and keep things on the down low here. Well, we should probably... I don't know. I think you guys might want to head back. I'll remain to make a statement, and then we can regroup back at my place and work out what we're going to do next.
Don't you want to find what they were looking for?
I'm not certain. I've asked the auctioneer, and he seems to believe it could be any one of these three objects. If you want, we could search the place and see if we can find something hidden, but that seems like clutching at straws to me.
Because you could always have a look. I mean, it's better. It'd probably be better with us, to be honest.
Can I also examine the objects?
Which one are you wanting to look at?
I want to look at the paintings with my eyes rather than with the scanner of any kind.
Okay, can you make a perception roll?
Oops. Yeah, give me a sec. What's my perception? 12. Okay. Please
12
work
or
well.
less.
On the head.
You do look at it through various infrared spectra, but they just look like really shitty abstract paintings to you.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can we touch the eagle statue or whatever? How big it was? How big was it? Right, English.
It's reasonably big. Yeah, you touch it and it seems to be made of stone.
Tap on it.
Hold on, I'm just gonna make a roll for... Might need a sheet for that one.
Oh,
Okay.
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. No, after this. So I tap on it. That's all.
Okay, there's another perception roll would be in order.
Okay.
Does sound a little hollow.
Metallic?
It's more sort of like... It's not like a piece that was carved out of... well, it looks like it...
Because I'm thinking because stones with metal impurities might sometimes be transparent, translucent. Sorry, when you shine bright light through them. So that's why I'm asking, in case it might be translucent, and I can sort of illuminate, produce very bright light. So that might, work like an X-ray. I illuminate it from behind.
if you can do that, then...
Try.
How strong is the light? You can shoot pretty good light.
Completely.
You pick one of her light generation abilities and then see how many active points worth are in it, I guess.
I either can produce side group images at no range, so basically I could just produce holograms on my body, or I can create plus. Well, it's only bought basically just I can completely negate darkness because anything beyond that is overkill. But also obviously my blast attacks are pretty powerful, and those are also light emission. However you want to do this.
Okay. Yeah, that'll seem to do the job. You can tell there's an object inside of it.
Guys, there's an object inside the statue. My nose is too clogged. I'm not gonna do a voice.
Because says quietly, "Do you want me to break it?"
Let's not break it just yet. That's.
He says quietly.
Hang on a minute. There's bound to be a hospital around here that might have a machine that might be able to find out what's inside this without having to break it.
Doesn't the university sometimes have equipment like that?
True. I don't know if my one would. That would be on MS.
Well, I mean, you work at a high school, so it's unlikely they have extra equipment.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's bound to be a hospital somewhere in New York that has it.
Just break it.
It wouldn't so much be X-ray as one of those like.
It's a pretty big statue, so.
Thing. Luckily, we have some very strong people with us who might be able to lift it and carry it. So.
I know it's more about finding an X-ray machine big enough, or that can support the weight because it's stone. It's gonna weigh more than a person of the same size, most likely.
We'll see what we can find.
So you want to take it for evidence?
If we're allowed to.
I mean, the police haven't arrived yet, and you.
Museum.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was gonna say,
we could
we
steal
saved
it,
the day. I
but
think they
Like,
can
well, I'm
trust us.
taking this for evidence.
do we have
I mean, I'm
jurisdiction
happy
for
for
that?
them to come along with us, but this could make the difference between stopping these guys or letting them strike again with impunity.
Hmm.
So,
Being a public service.
Actually, Matt,
Yeah.
got a question. Has my friend that I was speaking to earlier appeared in the room yet?
No.
Damn.
I
Actually,
imagine
hold
he
on.
slipped out.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't have noticed him, but you could try and look in the crowd.
Yeah, let's look in the crowd.
Okay. I suppose make a roll.
Would help if it would actually. There we go. No.
Ooh.
$14. No, you don't really see him.
No, okay. Well, any other ideas, anybody?
I don't know, like, my thought would still be that this ought to get x-rayed, whether it's by the police with us watching or by us with the police watching. Other than that, I don't really know what leads we can go off other than going home and waiting for Schalke to do some research.
Suppose you could ask about the origins of some of these pieces.
Yeah, we could totally ask where that statue is from.
Hmm.
I mean, you could probably yeet the statue away if you caused some kind of distraction or tried to move people.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure. I mean, if you guys want to do that, fine, but that's not something Helena herself would think to do, because she's, she isn't used to dancing around the law like that.
Hmm.
I'm not either.
She's a well-behaved sheepy. She doesn't like stealing.
Lawful good. Till the
Yeah,
end.
but at the same time, the plot does need to get moving, so I encourage you guys to come up with ideas as well.
What does Manticore want to do?
Well, the idea I had has kind of fallen through so far. I suppose Manticore would steal it, but isn't going to, mainly because of the fact that of all the people here.
Hmm.
And it's a case of all the rest of the group are here and will probably judge him for it.
Hmm.
My eyes are on you, boy.
Well, I could always lead them out while you work on something, because, I think they'd trust me if I said we ought to get out of here.
Yes, say like head towards the entrance.
Or let's just evacuate.
I want to confirm it with you guys, though. Is this what we want our plan of action to be?
Unless we can somehow convince them to give us the statue, stealing it is the only option.
I mean, I could try a social role to say, look, we need it, because otherwise this is just going to keep happening and happening.
Yeah. Could
So,
do
yeah,
that.
I'll do that. Hang on, one sec. I am at least fairly persuasive, which is good. 15 under. Hey, that's a few degrees of success.
Okay.
I'm basically saying to him, like, look, if someone doesn't do something about this statue, this is just going to keep happening, and these guys might have plans to go way beyond just some pieces of art in a gallery. They might have the destruction of the whole city on their minds.
Like, well,
We'll bring it back once we're done, unless we find something really sinister about it.
okay, but I'll trust you on this because you did kind of save us anyway, and well, he says the artist, however. Let me just. He just takes out like a notepad and a paper and scrolls down a note of an address. He lives here, and well, this is his address, and this is his name. He passes a piece of paper to you. Like, just
Okay, I'll let them know as soon as possible.
I think we should investigate the artist, or at the very least interrogate him on where the hell this is.
Shh. I know. I'm just talking to this guy. Yeah, absolutely. I will. Don't worry.
like, well, I better get everyone.
We need to get everyone out of here. We'll take care of moving this thing. We're more than qualified. Just focus on making sure everyone's out of this place and safe.
Everyone, everyone gets directed to leave. He says, well, everyone gets directed to leave, and as everyone's leaving, the man with the walking stick, who obviously seems to need it, comes up to Helena and says, to you, "Oh, I'm glad. I'm so annoyed that couldn't meet under more auspicious circumstances."
Well, I can always meet up with you sometime later if you like.
Like, that sounds wonderful. I'm a friend of your colleagues. I'll see about getting in touch sometimes.
Of course.
He nods.
My name and address and everything is public.
Yeah, I suppose. One of the downsides of being a bit of a celebrity.
You'll learn to treat everything as upsides.
He offers a hand to shake, sort of leaning on the cane.
Yeah, she'll obviously shake his hand in return.
He shakes your hand and says, "Richard Grimes, I'm a bit of a fan of your work." He kind of limps out with his stick.
Well, in that case, yeah, I look forward to talking about it with you later.
And
as everyone leaves, Shalka herself just kind of sort of is investigating the statue, and she just kind of rattles it. I can kind of feel something's inside of there. Now that you mention it.
Best we take it to an X-ray and check it out first before we do anything too brash.
Pretty
If
big.
we crack this open and just find it's a loose piece of stone, well, yeah.
You said those guys were looking for something?
They were. It's highly possible the scroll might be hidden inside this thing.
Sounds about right.
But, like I said, we'll check it out first.
Yeah, it is kind of scrolly shaped. I can only feel shapes.
In that case, let's just get this thing somewhere safe first.
She picks it up with zero effort and just says, "The back door."
Yeah. Alright, so let's all cowboy up and head back.
careful not to drop it.
During when you're leaving, she does like do a bit of a slip up, but it's obviously like trying to prank you.
Cheeky bitch. Yeah, okay. So we'll take this stuff and then we'll get it carted home and then check it out.
Whose home are you taking it to? That's the important part, because it's going to be a target for anyone who knows anything. Well, it's going to be a target, so it's going to be in a secure place.
I'll take it to my home on the moon.
I was going to say, I don't flying into space. Does anyone in the group actually have like a secret hideout or safe house?
I have a safe house that I share with a work colleague.
Yeah, will your work colleague mind?
Probably not.
Then that's where we're going.
I can't guarantee it won't break while he's there. He's a bit of a drinker, but
Yeah, well, if he breaks it, I'll break him. Okay, that's the deal.
good luck.
Either way, let's get this thing over there because it's not safe here. That's for damn sure.
So you're actually showing the team your safe house.
Desperate. Time to call for desperate.
You can trust me. Oh,
Okay then, I'm just gonna roll to see if your work colleague is home. High or low, Tristan?
Low.
It's a man
Okay,
who doesn't
then.
like his life.
Oh
Okay.
no, that was a secret roll as well.
Yes, it is a secret roll.
Oh, no.
The tension is palpable.
So you do arrive, although a lot of you seem to still classically dressed in the sort of run-down, scummy apartment that, well, you're approaching the run-down, scummy apartment that Manticore lives in.
Just gonna give him a look at like, I hope this is a front.
Hey, rundown is a good cover. Nobody ever comes looking for good stuff in a rundown area.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's the case.
Elk asks, so do you reckon you could fence this? Because there seems like a lot of crackheads here.
I just don't answer that question.
Either way, I'll make polite smiles if we end up confronting his comrade. But otherwise, I'm just gonna focus on getting this thing inside.
So you arrive in front of the apartment door.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go in first?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to go in?
Well, there's no point being secret because if he's home, he'll notice the number of people coming in. So
I think sneaking up on power is probably a dumb thing to do. The dude carries a lot of weapons.
Also, this isn't a dungeon. I don't think he traps the entrances.
You don't know this guy. He would. If he was living alone, he would obviously have trapped the entrance. And probably nearly every other exit. Or entrance.
It's, like, how are you going in? It's like when the dungeon master asks in D&D, how are you opening the door? I move to the side and I slowly push it open while not being near it.
This is like, oh yeah, I used the pole from like 10 foot away. Just look on the latch.
You know, I need to try that trick at some point in one of my D&Ds. There's a door, and I ask the players how they approach the door and how they open the door, and then just there's a guy on the other side who's disappointed with how apprehensive and cowardly they were about opening the door.
If you do it with every door, then they'll have to really think.
Just like, you're meant to be heroes and here to save me. What the fuck was that?
Thing is, Harp, you always got to keep people on their toes. So you open the door and you walk in, and the TV's on, and Bowser's sitting there in some typical Slavic clothing, which probably tracksuit pants and a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be enjoying some beer, and there seems to be numerous firearms splayed out across a coffee table. Like, oh, you're back! He gets up and he walks up to you, and then he looks at your shirt and he says, "You have red on you. You know that?"
Yep. Big pen.
Ah, Big Ben. Good. He kind of looks over your shoulder and he says, "You have some company?"
I'll offer a polite wave, but let him do the talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's... You know that sheep woman.
Yes, Helena.
She's very
I just sort
popular.
of turn and wave Helena over.
She's very
Yeah.
popular in my homeland.
Come on over and just say, hey, yeah, sorry to impose on you like this, but we've uncovered something that's kind of important, and we understand this is a safe house.
It's pretty safe. I'd give it 4 out of 10.
It's the best we can do. We have something very valuable that we need to have a look at, and putting it anywhere else would be putting people at risk.
Oh, what is it?
We're not sure yet, but we do know that some strange interdimensional bandits, I'm going to say, are really keen on this. Keen enough to interrupt an art auction and hold everyone there hostage.
He looks to Manticore and he says, "Your new hobby. It's very complicated. All I'm used to doing is just shooting bad guys."
Oh, there will be plenty of bad guys to shoot when this goes off. No, don't worry. We're just trying to see if we can keep the damage to a minimum.
Sure. Just bring it in.
So we'll get everyone to haul this monster of a statue inside.
Strength 10, I can't help.
He's, you know, it gets brought in, and Schalke passes it through to him, and he immediately gets brought to the floor because he doesn't realize how heavy it is. Like,
Fukablia!
Sukablia! Yeah, he's just like,
Gonna need more vodka for this.
You take it. It's too heavy. Had a few drinks. Kind of goes back to his seat and looks over the desk and he says, "So, what is fancy art?"
Well, we think
Hello.
it might have an object trapped inside, something like a scroll. If it does, that scroll is clearly very important because these people, these evildoers, mentioned it by name.
I see. And you won't help to break it. You can do it with pistol.
No,
You
no,
fix up the pistol.
no breaking. We are here to keep it safe until we get X-ray.
Want X-ray?
Yeah. If necessary, we may have to make an incision and remove the object from the statue. If we can do it in a way that leaves the statue almost unharmed, we may even be able to deceive our pursuers for a short time. But the fact of the matter is, one way or another, we need to keep what's inside this thing off of their hands.
Ah, I see. Let me get my cement, and we can talk about this.
I'm just going to turn to Manticore and be like, I like this guy.
He gets up and he goes to a cupboard and he just drags out a rather large bag of cement that seems to have been used somewhat. What we do is we simply break it open a little bit and then jigsaw it back together.
It's definitely an option, but we'll need someone with very steady hands and, if possible, some experience with stone objects to do this.
Blah, I'll do it. Give it a lick of paint afterwards, no one will notice. My babushka told me this.
I mean, like, Helena is so tensed right now. Like, there's so much clench going on, but she's sort of just going to look at Manticore and see if he has any idea whether this is something this man would normally be capable of or not.
I just look back to him before looking at Helena and just say, sometimes this guy's a wild card even to himself.
Well, we're taking risks just doing this in the first place, so okay, let's find out.
Look, I know what I'm doing. Remember that time in Uzbekistan? Crazy.
Did you cross the wires?
I did cross the wires, yes, but it was part of the plan. How else was I supposed to deal with those 5 guards?
She's just gonna just sort of leave them to it. Like, she's gonna wash her hands of this. She's going full Pontius Pilate on this shit. It's just like, all right, okay. The Slav is gonna do the cement thing. We'll see what happens.
Manticore does know that the man is incredibly resourceful. In fact, that's probably his superpower. Just Slav engineering.
He's MacGyver. He's got a luck stat of 15. That's
Yeah,
not 15 points. That's 15d6.
Like, if he could probably fix it using duct tape.
Right. Okay. Well, then let the genius work. Meanwhile, we'll see if Schalke can come up with anything.
I'm gonna.
When you look at it, it's just like, what?
You said you might be able to do some research into this, right?
Well, I mean, I can't do it on my phone.
Well,
Use
okay,
my
where do we
data.
need to go?
I tell you what, Snapgram is very addictive.
Uh-huh. Once more, I will open the floor to you guys again.
Yeah. I'm heading into one of the rooms and closing the door behind me.
I suppose one of the bedrooms.
Yes.
Okay. You do that. Was you wanting to do something in there?
Yes, I'm just going to narrate it.
Okay, a little quiet time. It's always best.
He needs his regeneration nap.
He's probably pulling the bullets out of himself.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll be on hand to help if our Slavic friend needs anything.
Yeah, he seems to he gets out like a pocket knife and he seems to take one of the handgun's magazines and he's just kind of like, like checking where he can like chip with it. I mean, a hammer and chisel would probably go a lot better, but he seems to be dedicated to this with his improvised tools.
Yeah. Can I use my knowledge of physics to help guide him in this?
Suppose you could.
So I feel like we need every advantage we can get in this situation. So, yeah, I will roll for that in just a moment. Let's see, physics. 15 under. It's one of the things I'm very good at because I did physics, There we go. 11. Just sort of thinking like what the best angles would be, the how solid the stone is, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you do give him a couple of pointers, and he's like, I was just kidding there. Yeah. He uses his improvised hammer and chisel, a couple of knocks, and, well, I'll tell you what happens. Oh dear. The entire back part of it just collapses, and it's rather messy. But what appears to be a sort of tube case just comes sliding out onto the floor. Like,
then again, if the entire statue just crumbled like that, it's pretty obvious to me that it was designed as like a hollow shell to carry it. Okay. Should we go check on Manticore?
I don't know if he was about to say something.
No, that was just the thing.
I suppose I'll read it just for pure context.
Okay.
Enters the room, but being cut short as he curses loudly as the scar, and there was a sound of a loud crash before silence again.
Yeah, I think we should probably check on Manticore. Then again, he did lock the door, which is not
No, he
helpful.
didn't lock it. He just closed it.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Well, let's go and check on it then.
What
Okay.
was the Slav's name again? Just...
He didn't. He didn't. I don't think anyone said.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
You could ask him.
So I can say it while out of character instead of saying,
Oh,
so
okay.
Cerulean's gonna go to the Slav.
His name is Bao, as in Bauk. K is silent.
Wow, okay.
At least I think that's how it's pronounced. He's like, and looks you over, and he's like,
Well, is he Serbian?
it's unclear. But he seems pretty Eastern Bloc.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his car is actually two different cars that have been sawn in half and then fused together. So
Okay, because it's because I googled it and it was like pronunciation Bauk, and then it says onomatopoeia bow, and I was like, wait. So it's called a Bauk and it makes the sound bow.
No, it's a
I mean-
reference to a mythological creature.
Mythological
In-
creature.
yeah, in
It says
Slav.
the K is pronounced
Oh, okay.
as a K.
Bauk. Bauk.
The monster makes is bow without the K.
Ah. So it's Bauk.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we learn something new every day.
According to Wikipedia, it might be wrong. I don't know.
Hmm.
While Cerulean, what? While Helena is checking on Manticore, I'm gonna. So what Manticore's old job was?
Like, oh, you don't know?
I don't.
Oh, well.
I don't spend much time on Earth.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Well, me and well, I'm trying to think of how we would say it. We used to be squad mates. In fact, still are, kind of.
Like,
We used to travel the world together and get shot a lot. And shoot back sometimes. Although he didn't really shoot. He more threw his darts. It wasn't just us two, though.
like in movies, like.
He's like, yes! Like the John Rambo.
when you're alien, they just watch TV and listen to the radio, so you have to use as a point of reference.
Almost everything I know is TV and radio.
He was never a big
Especially
fan
like-
of the machine gun, though. Not a big fan.
Mm. Okay.
Why, he never tell you?
Me.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I assume you asked, right?
Did not have much time.
Ah. You should, he's a great guy. Always depend on him. He does what is right. Let me tell you.
He very good today.
Of course. He will pull you out of the fire no matter how many structural supports you blow up. He will always pull you out.
But the broken English on display here is intense.
There's just too broken English.
So he saved you even when you're on fault.
course he saves you. Never leaves a brother behind. And we've got some stories about that. He picks up his bottle of vodka and he says, "You want a drink?"
Can't. Just
I was gonna say,
steam.
if they could drink, this would only end badly for everyone involved.
Inside very hot. If I drink it, just steam out mouth.
Shalka steps over to her and is just like, "Yes, I'll have some."
Oh, listen here, young lady.
You're not in the room.
I know. I'm just saying that out of character.
So, just as a jump in, yeah. So when Helena opens Manticore's door,
Yeah.
he's shed his jacket and his shirt, and is currently realigning what you can only describe as a hook on the ceiling, whilst the punching bag lies on the floor at his feet. When you enter, he flicks a bullet at you and just says, "That would really hurt coming out. Sorry about that."
Oh, okay. I thought you might be in trouble or something.
You've never been shot, have you?
He must be really fun at airports with just the loose pieces of metal inside him.
She's just gonna be like, never without protection. Which is probably something that is true to Helena in many ways.
I think she
Yeah.
wants to know what would happen if she didn't use protection.
Yeah.
Manticore just sort of nods and says, "Yeah, good choice. Not pleasant."
Okay, well, anyway, I think we managed to get the statue open. It seems like it may have been designed as a carrier in the first place because the entire thing fell apart the split second that your friend opened it up.
Hey, it was professional work, okay?
Okay, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying that I think maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. Let's have a look at this scroll and see if we can work out what it does. Shauka's probably the best candidate for doing this. She's familiar with magic scrolls, aren't you, dear?
Just after taking a swig from the bottle of vodka, she's like,
You're not supposed to
Yeah.
drink that neat.
Careful when touching. I've seen movies with magic. Sometimes things go boom.
he says, "Well, I mean, I have, but I don't know how the rules for magic work here, okay?" She just leans over, picks it up, and sort of turns it around and looks at what appears to be like a sort of inscription plate. Takes a few moments, and she's just like, "Yeah, I think you could probably figure this out too."
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's have a look, shall we?
Passes it over to you, and then takes
Sure, let's deal with
another swig of vodka.
I'm gonna walk over and curiously look at it as well.
The okay, it's a reasonably lengthy tube. It could probably contain some kind of map or scroll quite easily. There's an impressively worked plate on the outside of it. It appears to depict a map of the world with several keyholes implanted in. The inscribed text on it reads, "To find the first key, you must look in the first towering city of the new world." Below that, it says, "To find the second key, you must bear onto your shoulders the weight of the world.
Wait,
To find the third key, you must walk the first steps not of this world. To find the fourth key, you must be a step behind everyone else in the world."
Ah.
okay, can I get that in writing? Because I think I figured out all of them.
Yeah, I've certainly got a pretty firm idea of what the first two are.
I will post it in. Post it here. There you
Yeah, the couch. Okay. First towering city. I'm gonna assume that means the first city with skyscrapers or the first city with pyramids.
The first
Which
towering
means-
city of the new world.
Yeah, so it's gonna be probably like, a town in New York or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which means the first one's quite close to home.
It is.
That's why I said that first, because that one's more likely.
But what
The
about
Atlas one is an interesting reference because, although I'm well aware of the Atlas statue that's in City of Heroes, I don't know about any in the real world.
well? It may...
No, there's a famous one in New York that was in the Hercules movie, and Cerulean probably seen that movie with Schwarzenegger and gets the reference.
I understood that
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, if there's an Atlas statue in New York, then perfect.
It could mean
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else, but it could also
There
mean
is. It was in the movie, but it could be something else. Yeah.
that. What about the third key?
It's either literally on the moon or it's where there's a Apollo moonlander exhibit in a museum. I don't know how old the map is. So
And the fourth.
the fourth, that one is tricky. I'm not sure. I thought at first maybe it means in that place in the Pacific where the time zone is out of sync with the rest of the planet, but I doubt it.
Hmm.
Somewhere else in New York.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to be a case that we have to literally travel back in time, so it probably is going to be a time.
No, it's just a thing. It's just an area where the time zones are weird, and like that piece of Earth is you can look into the you can be exactly, but there's two islands, and one of them is in like a different time zone in from the other one, even though it should be in the same time zone or something like that.
Hmm. Schalke does actually point out mages really love to put their stuff in hard to reach places.
Yeah,
That's why I'm thinking maybe this third one is literally on the moon.
He's like,
it could be.
yeah,
though.
it probably could be.
He might be at the Pillars of Atlas. Sorry, not Pillars of Atlas. Pillar of Hercules. Just in case, because it might be weirder even still. There might be several layers in there. It says it's meant to be.
Well, they all seem to be in a the first...
Oh yeah, the map. You said there were key symbols on the actual map.
Yes, they just seem to be kind of spread across evenly.
Can we
There's
get
like-
a rough handout of where each key is or something?
They just seem to be on... They just seem to be in the middle of it. So,
Never mind then.
yeah, it just seems to be like an even distance equally. So it seems to be like they are literally just places where you put the keys. And it just looks nice.
Places where you put the keys on the
Yeah.
scroll once you find them. Okay.
Doesn't mean...
There's a scroll case, so you slot them into a scroll case and then it opens.
Okay, so I say we just investigate every single possible location from the most likely to the least likely for every clue.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that either the scroll case itself is nearly indestructible, or if it's not, there's some kind of horrible contingency curse that will happen if you try and break it open.
Well, I mean, you need to test that. You need to test that idea.
Yeah, but by the very nature of testing it, you could potentially fall victim to it. So rather than be that stupid, I'm just going to say, let's not try and break it open.
It's like testing a pull tab. Once you've tested it, it's used. You can't.
Mm.
It's no longer useful.
It's like jumping on a spot of ground to see if there's a landmine there or not.
Yeah.
Well, some analysis would be would have to be...
Yeah, but what would you analyze to work out if it's cursed or not?
I don't know. Science? You know that shit, right?
He's not Rick
Beyond the realms of
Sanchez.
science. I mean, unless the magic has some kind of like thing that actually can be measured by scientific means, like it gives off radiation or something.
5 Giga Gandalfs. But yes, Chalka does say, well, if I mean, obviously they'd make it so it wouldn't be breakable. Well, you couldn't. Well, either you couldn't break it, or the scroll case is just like a portal. Like once you unlock it, it opens a portal into a pocket dimension or something, and then you can take whatever you want from there.
Goodness. People
I mean,
with magic
that's
are already on to dimensional travel? Huh, I feel like we're one step behind. We need to get our act together.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've been doing it for millennia.
They don't
But
have
it's-
TV though.
That's true, they don't have TV. I wish they did invent TV. That'd be great.
Well, you're with us now, so we do. But that we can come to television later. So we need to find out where to get these items, and we need to work out contingency for what we're going to do if it turns out that our enemies are onto this as well. We obviously can't let them take this stuff, and a big part of that is going to be making sure that they don't simply defeat us and take it from our very hands when we've collected almost all of these things. It'd be too easy for us to put in all the work and for them to just take it at the end.
Bauk actually says, well, I mean, it is safe. The whatever is in there, it's safe. I mean, you don't need what's in there, do you?
I don't know if we need what's in there. We might need to take it, we might need to destroy it, we might need to hide it someplace where it will never be found. It's hard to say.
Well, I mean,
Don't
if
know
you
what's
was to find one of the keys, you could watch and see if anyone tries to take the key.
True, we could use them as bait, but at the same time, I don't know how many times we will have to defeat these guys before they'll be finished and unable to carry out their evil scheme. They seem to be quite able to simply leave the very moment things turn against them in the museum.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, nonetheless, we'll focus on what we do know for now, which is that there are keys out there for this. And they've given us some fairly cryptic locations, but ones that we may easily be able to solve. Hopefully that we'll have an easier time solving than our rivals here, who perhaps aren't as familiar with Earth as we are.
Yeah, Shalk says, yeah, I can look and see if I've any of the people in the magical community knows anything about these guys or what they're looking for or what they're gonna try and do. Because I mean, it sounds like this is something I've heard before, and I'm pretty sure I've heard some accounts of people stopping similar things like this.
Okay. Well, anything you can regale us with would be very helpful.
Yeah, people try and summon evil gods all the time.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, he did say they want to bring
Yeah, he said he's
so whatever his
calling the
name is
one
back.
true God or whatever.
I was hoping that was just a religious sentiment. Oh, man. Well, looks like things just took a step for the worse. Although, let's just hope that his opinion of a god is more accurate to that goat creature we encountered before. Speaking of which, I wonder what he's up to now.
Oh, I've been keeping track of him.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, he's got a Snapgram account.
What?
Phone. Yeah, don't you know?
Let me see.
She says no.
This is important. He's a supervillain.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
but
he
it
wants
is.
to be.
Well, yeah, but it is a public account.
Okay, well, I'll look at it on my phone then.
Okay, but there is quite a few shirtless pics.
He's probably banned Helena so she can't look at it.
Helena's just
Block.
gonna like roll her eyes and go and look on there and see what kind of stuff is on there with using her tablet.
Yeah, she was kind of right. It is a bit like Instagram, so it is a bit of a there's like vanity posting. There's like one or two suggestive shirtless pics. Of course, she was correct on that, as well as stuff like food.
But first, she's just gonna be pouting like, "Oh my goodness, really? Is this really a thing?" And then she's going to be like trying not to let other people notice that she's kind of low key saving some of these pics. Just on the quiet, just like
just on the down low.
It was only later we found out he was underage.
I'm pretty sure he's not underage.
She's like, Like, yeah, like I've seen some pictures for some research purposes.
Yeah, these are purely for villain recognition. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got them printed out in my room and everything. You know those little wires? Very important.
Yes.
But yeah, he seems to be building his own brand of. I mean,
his fan base. Fair enough.
yeah.
I'm still
and-
convinced we can manipulate him to actually be useful to our cause just by making him feel like he's the big bad, even though he's actually helping the good guys. But yeah, also, you know, look, Helena's, you know, she's a hot-blooded woman, and you know, he's a cute little twink. What do you think's going to happen?
I don't
wanna
know. She seems pretty. She seems pretty sheepish.
She is, but that's generally because she's confronted with big and imposing people that she can't handle. This little twink, however,
Now
sure, he
I'm
may
the
have
bully.
epic magic powers, but he's also a complete boy, spelt B-O-I.
Phenomenal cosmic powers does affect that, however.
It does, but not enough. Her brain may say no, but her instincts, they say yes.
Vaughn.
So yeah, is she done gawking yet at
Yeah,
Snapgram?
she'll you know, finish gawking at Gorka, and then oh no, Gorka doesn't exist anymore. He got snapped into a Slim Jim. Yeah, what was I gonna say again? She's gonna finish looking at all this, and then she's going to sort of defer to the others for what they think their initial plan should be for dealing with this heck of a situation.
Fine. I will look for the first key where it's most likely to be.
So visit the having a brain fart here. What is that massive skyscraper called again? Like the really
Are you
old
asking this in
one.
character?
Out of character.
Oh.
Of course she knows. She
The
lives
Empire
in New
State
York.
Building?
That's the one, Empire State Building.
Well, it says the first towering city. Is New York the first? I thought Chicago was.
I mean, it might be, but I mean, is there a Chicago tower?
I don't know. You'd have to check.
Yeah, I mean, we got Google Fool.
I mean, we could just roll some checks to see where we could look.
Better than that, I will just, in character, have Helena go on Google and then go on Google myself.
That's some Googleception, that. But yeah,
Exactly.
there's a Chrysler Tower. But I mean, like,
There's the
Okay.
Willis Tower in Chicago is pretty huge.
yeah, it's just like,
Formerly Sears Tower.
yeah, it's generally like, it seems like it may have been placed quite recently. Because I mean, you know, one is on the moon. Maybe.
Okay, so how old is the map? Is it anachronistic? Is it like talking about events long after it's been made?
No,
Recent
it
creation.
seems pretty new, to be honest. Seems pretty new.
Yeah, I think we should go interrogate the artist.
Hmm.
You do actually, yeah. I've
Yeah,
changed my
because
mind.
he is also responsible for this in a way. So yeah, I think talking to him might be a good idea. Possible he may have been visited or even manipulated by these people.
That would make sense. The piece of paper does contain an address and the name of the artist,
Right, what's his name?
Eddie
Oh
Ball.
my god, it's gonna be like that's
Okay then.
Eddie Ball.
Ed Ball.
We'll give him a visit. Ask him if he likes chickens.
You know I'm gonna imagine Ed Balls now, right?
That was quite unintentional.
Also, is this gonna end up like the fucking hair quest or whatever it was called? It's just an art project quest. It's not. If it's not gonna have any mystical projects, it's gonna just end up like that stupid.
Yeah, the answer was in
Moon
you all
rabbit.
along.
The answer was inside you all along.
actual thing was called, but an artist made this hair that was like covered in jewelry or whatever, or made of some precious stone, and hid it somewhere, and there was a contest to find it, and it was the cool clues were hidden in an art book of like art done by him or something, and basically that's what this is reminding me of.
This is kind of why I dislike artists. They're just so up their own asses.
Not even the end of it. The person who won basically spent all their investments, basically do the quest all over again, but they did poorly using a shitty video game series. Like made 2 video games and they were very terrible, and none of the fun was there, none of the challenge was there, and nothing. It basically went bankrupt because all of their money came from them basically the value of the hair itself.
Well, I mean, props to them, I guess. They tried.
In like
They
the
didn't
80s, I
succeed.
think, or 70s. I don't remember.
There was a series of games which had
Yeah.
on Atari, which had a prizes associated with it. It was not completed, however. So there was like one prize that wasn't claimed by anyone because the game was never finished in the series.
Ashen's made a great video on this whole kerfuffle. You can watch it after the game if you want. Right.
I suppose
So
I
should
could.
we go investigate the artist, or should we wait until we have Ikky as well?
I think we should look into the artist first, and then we can look into the.
Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of time. Personally, I
And
myself.
go quickly to the bathroom then. So
Yeah,
I'll be
I
right
was
back.
about to say something very similar.